New York automaker unveils a no-frills stripped-down electric truck with an eye-catching price. Not maybe as you think. Take a look at the Slate Truck, priced around $20,000.
Imagine a new electric truck hitting the market for less than half the price of Tesla's Cybertruck or Ford's F-150 Lightning. Amazon, known for disrupting industries, is backing Slate Auto in an ambitious mission to revolutionize the electric vehicle market. The Slate Truck promises practicality, affordability, and surprising versatility, sparking a frenzy of pre-orders. Today, we dive deep into why this $20,000 truck has exploded in popularity and what it means for the future of transportation. The auto industry's price problem. The average price of a new vehicle in the United States has skyrocketed to nearly $48,000, which is almost as much as the average American's annual income of $55,000. This gap between affordability and pricing has created a glaring inefficiency in the auto market. Automakers flood their vehicles with luxury features, cutting-edge electronics, and complex technology packages, inflating costs while adding items many consumers neither want nor need. For decades, manufacturers have sold consumers on heated cup holders, 20-inch touchscreens, and ambient lighting with dozens of color options, charging thousands of dollars extra for these must-have features. But do most drivers really need such extravagance? Or are these added costs simply a way to maximize profit margins under the guise of innovation? Amazon's leadership, with Jeff Bezos at the helm, recognized that this model was ripe for disruption. Bezos famously declared in internal meetings that the current market was absurd with its high price tags and unnecessary features. His vision was to create a vehicle stripped down to its essentials, affordable for a much wider audience, while maintaining quality and usability. This strategy mirrors Amazon's original e-commerce playbook: eliminate waste, cut unnecessary costs, and pass savings to customers. With automakers unwilling to challenge the status quo, Amazon's backing of Slate Auto signals a bold new direction, one focused on the everyday driver's true needs rather than luxury trappings. Can Amazon and Slate Auto truly disrupt the auto industry's billion-dollar profit machine? Or will entrenched interests fight back to preserve the status quo? Affordability meets practicality. The Slate Truck's headline feature is its price, a base cost under $20,000 after federal incentives, compared to Tesla's Cybertruck starting at $80,000 and Ford's F-150 Lightning at $60,000. This is a staggering difference. But how is such a low price possible without sacrificing quality or performance? Slate Auto's engineers undertook a ruthless, cost-cutting mission. They stripped the vehicle of unnecessary technology like power windows, infotainment touchscreens, automatic climate control, and power tailgates. Manual windows and a simple smartphone mount replace complex electronic systems. The truck comes in one color, gray, avoiding costly paint shops that can cost manufacturers hundreds of millions of dollars to build and maintain. This focus on simplicity drastically reduces manufacturing costs. Beyond removing costly features, Slate innovated with its unique chassis design, the Slateboard chassis. This hybrid between unibody and body-on-frame construction makes the truck lighter and stronger than competitors. Lighter weight means less energy consumption and better efficiency. Direct-to-consumer sales bypass dealerships, eliminating markup costs that can add thousands to a vehicle's price. Customization happens post-sale, allowing owners to tailor their trucks affordably rather than being forced into expensive factory packages. Performance-wise, the Slate Truck offers two battery options: a smaller pack delivering 150 miles of range, and a larger one reaching up to 240 miles. Fast charging gets the battery from 20 to 100% in under 30 minutes. With 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, it provides enough power for most everyday driving needs. By focusing on what drivers truly require rather than luxury gimmicks, Slate has engineered a vehicle that hits the sweet spot between cost, reliability, and functionality. Could the Slate Truck's minimalist approach redefine what consumers expect from electric vehicles and force major automakers to rethink their strategies? Inside the Slate Truck. One of the most refreshing aspects of the Slate Truck is its design philosophy focused on durability and user empowerment. The average modern vehicle contains over 100 microprocessors, any of which can fail and lead to costly repairs. By eliminating unnecessary electronic features, Slate drastically reduces points of failure, which translates to lower maintenance costs and higher reliability. Manual windows and doors, simple washable materials instead of leather seats, and no carpets mean less wear and tear and easier upkeep. The truck bed is 5.5 feet long and rated to carry 1,500 pounds, covering the vast majority of hauling needs for typical truck owners. The interior is built around a rail system with customizable slatelets, small tiles that fit into tracks to create infinite seating, storage, or utility configurations. This modular design allows owners to personalize their trucks with easy-to-install accessories without expensive dealer visits or voiding warranties. The Slate Truck also embraces the smartphone as the vehicle's infotainment hub, rather than installing proprietary systems that become outdated quickly. This design saves thousands of dollars while leveraging technology drivers already own and use daily. This approach prioritizes thoughtful ergonomics and practical comfort over flashy features. The Slate Truck embodies a return to basics with a modern twist. It is a vehicle designed to work for people rather than sell them a lifestyle. Will the Slate Truck's user-centric, no-nonsense design inspire a new wave of vehicle customization and ownership that empowers drivers? Amazon's role. Amazon's entry into the automotive space with backing for Slate Auto is not just financial, but strategic. Amazon's global supply chain and logistics network are some of the most sophisticated in the world, enabling Slate to source parts at costs traditional automakers can only dream of. Where legacy manufacturers pay as much as 30% markups to parts suppliers, Slate's integration with Amazon's ecosystem means components can be sourced efficiently and cost-effectively. This advantage cascades through the entire production process. On the sales front, Amazon's direct-to-consumer platform eliminates dealer markups, destination fees, and documentation charges that traditionally inflate vehicle prices by thousands of dollars. Customers can reserve their Slate Truck with a modest deposit and have it shipped to their door, with service technicians available for home visits. This integration is a game changer. It replicates the business disruption Amazon achieved in retail and cloud computing, applying relentless efficiency, scale, and customer focus to a deeply traditional and inefficient industry. Can Amazon's unparalleled supply chain muscle topple century-old automotive distribution models and reshape how vehicles are bought, sold, and serviced? The market response. Since Slate Auto opened pre-orders, consumer enthusiasm has exploded. For less than $20,000, buyers can secure a truck that promises to be reliable, customizable, and truly affordable, a stark contrast to the luxury-focused electric trucks dominating headlines. The affordability factor taps into a massive market currently ignored by Tesla, Ford, and General Motors. While luxury electric vehicles target the top 10% of income earners, the Slate Truck aims squarely at the middle class, small business owners, and fleet operators who need dependable transport without paying premium prices. Industry analysts note that the Ford Maverick, a compact hybrid pickup priced around $25,000, consistently sells out every year, demonstrating pent-up demand for affordable trucks. Slate's offering undercuts even this vehicle while offering customization unheard of at this price point. Social media buzz highlights excitement about Slate's straightforward approach and Amazon's involvement. Enthusiasts appreciate the return of manual windows and the ability to personalize their vehicles without dealer gatekeeping. Many point to Slate as a fresh alternative to the bloated and overpriced options available now. Yet, automakers remain quiet publicly. Industry insiders report panic in boardrooms as executives scramble to understand how Slate can sell a quality electric truck for less than half their prices. While traditional manufacturers hesitate to attack Slate directly, the silent scramble to respond reveals the disruptive threat this startup poses. Will the Slate Truck's unprecedented pre-order surge force legacy automakers to finally rethink their pricing and design strategies? Performance and practicality. Beyond affordability, the Slate Truck delivers practical performance tailored to everyday use. With 201 horsepower and rear-wheel drive, it accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 8 seconds, a pace sufficient for highway merging and city driving. Its top speed is capped at 90 miles per hour, which matches legal speed limits on most highways. This controlled performance reflects Slate's philosophy of practical rather than race car power, prioritizing efficiency and reliability. Battery options include a 52.7 kilowatt-hour pack for 150 miles of range and an 84.3 kilowatt-hour pack extending to 240 miles. For the average American who drives roughly 37 miles daily, even the base model offers about 4 days of driving between charges. Fast charging technology replenishes the battery from 20% to full in under 30 minutes, enabling feasible road trips with appropriate charging stops. Slate dismisses criticisms of limited range as manufactured concerns designed to protect high-margin vehicles. Safety has not been sacrificed. The truck comes with up to 8 airbags, forward collision warnings, and automatic emergency braking as standard equipment. These features focus on real-life accident prevention rather than expensive driver assistance gimmicks that add cost without proven benefit. The truck bed's size and payload capacity meet the needs of 99% of truck users, capable of hauling 1,500 pounds comfortably. Slate's focus on real-world functionality rather than overbuilt excess resonates strongly with consumers looking for workhorses rather than showpieces. Could Slate's pragmatic approach to performance and safety set a new benchmark for what everyday drivers truly need in an electric truck? Customization and upgradability. One of the Slate Truck's most revolutionary features is its modular construction, designed to evolve with the owner's needs. Unlike traditional vehicles that depreciate steadily after purchase, Slate's modular Slatelet system allows owners to upgrade interiors, add storage, modify exterior panels, and swap accessories with minimal effort. This modularity returns vehicle customization control to consumers, eliminating costly dealer-installed options and factory packages. From changing the truck bed setup to converting the vehicle into a 5-seat SUV or crossover with bolt-on kits, Slate offers flexibility unheard of in the automotive market. Amazon's logistics network supports this customization by delivering parts quickly and offering installation partners near owners, or enabling DIY upgrades with simple hand tools. This approach revives a lost era when owners could work on their own vehicles, fostering pride and personal connection. The Slate Truck becomes not just transportation, but a platform, a canvas for innovation and personalization. This contrasts sharply with modern vehicles designed to be sealed, computerized black boxes that stifle modification and demand expensive dealer intervention. Slate's vision challenges the prevailing industry model that profits heavily from service and parts markups. By empowering owners to maintain and upgrade their trucks affordably, Slate could significantly reduce lifetime ownership costs and extend vehicle longevity. Will Slate's modular and user-friendly design inspire a broader movement toward democratizing vehicle ownership and customization? How Slate Auto cuts costs with smarter production. The manufacturing process of the Slate Truck is at the heart of its affordability. Traditional automakers rely on sprawling factories with costly paint shops, multiple assembly lines, and complex robotics that drive up production expenses. Slate Auto reimagines this model with simplicity and efficiency as guiding principles. For starters, Slate completely eliminates the need for a paint shop. Paint facilities at automotive plants cost upwards of $350 million to build and maintain, expenses that inevitably trickle down to the buyer. By offering the truck in a single neutral grey colour with composite body panels designed to accept professional wraps, Slate removes this multi-million-dollar overhead from the equation. These composite panels are lighter than traditional steel or aluminum, reducing vehicle weight and improving efficiency. Their modular nature also makes repairs and replacements more straightforward and affordable. Damaged panels can be swapped without specialized tools or dealer visits. Slate's assembly lines focus on a single base model rather than a sprawling variety of trims and configurations. This simplified production line reduces setup times, minimizes error rates, and streamlines supply chain logistics. Instead of building myriad versions with slight differences, Slate manufactures one core vehicle that customers personalize afterward. Sourcing is another area where Slate's partnership with Amazon shines. The startup leverages Amazon's global supplier network to buy components at bulk rates unavailable to traditional automakers. This supply chain integration slashes costs on everything from batteries to tires. The direct-to-consumer sales model further reduces costs by cutting out dealerships, who typically add thousands of dollars through markups and hidden fees. Consumers order online, customize their trucks with aftermarket parts and accessories called slatelets, and receive their vehicles delivered with options for professional or self-installation of add-ons. This lean, technology-driven manufacturing and distribution process is a sharp departure from the traditional car industry's decades-old practices. It's a practical application of Amazon's e-commerce expertise applied to a complex, capital-intensive sector. Industry insiders watching Slate's rapid progress note that if this manufacturing revolution succeeds, it will force legacy automakers to rethink every stage of their production and sales process, a daunting prospect for companies accustomed to slow change. Can Slate Auto's manufacturing overhaul trigger a seismic shift in how vehicles are made, or will entrenched industry giants resist the disruption? Environmental impact. One of the most compelling reasons to embrace electric vehicles is their potential to reduce carbon emissions and combat climate change. However, critics often argue that EVs remain a luxury product accessible only to the wealthy, limiting their environmental benefit. Slate Auto challenges this narrative by creating an electric truck designed for the masses. By making EVs affordable and practical, Slate promises to expand adoption beyond early adopters and wealthy consumers, accelerating the shift away from gas-powered vehicles. Replacing even 150,000 internal combustion engine trucks annually with electric alternatives like the Slate Truck could reduce carbon emissions by millions of tons. This scale of change is significant, given that transportation accounts for nearly 30% of total greenhouse gas emissions in the United States. Slate's simplified design also reduces the environmental impact associated with production. Eliminating paint shops, reducing electronic complexity, and using lighter composite materials means less energy and fewer resources are consumed during manufacturing. Moreover, the truck's modularity encourages longer vehicle lifespans through upgrades rather than premature replacement. This counters the traditional planned obsolescence model, where new car buyers trade in their vehicles every few years, generating massive waste and demand for new raw materials. Amazon's supply chain efficiency further minimizes the environmental footprint. Streamlined logistics mean fewer shipments, reduced packaging waste, and optimized inventory management, all contributing to sustainability. While Slate's focus is on affordability and utility, the environmental implications of their business model could resonate broadly, especially as governments and consumers grow more environmentally conscious. However, the path to large-scale EV adoption faces challenges, including charging infrastructure expansion and battery material sourcing. Slate's modest battery sizes and fast charging aim to ease some barriers, but the broader ecosystem must evolve in tandem. Could the Slate Truck's mass-market appeal finally break down the environmental and economic barriers holding back widespread electric vehicle adoption? The silent panic of legacy automakers. While Slate's pre-order numbers soar and social media buzz grows, the established auto industry remains noticeably silent in public. Behind closed doors, however, executives at Detroit, Silicon Valley, and beyond are reportedly scrambling to respond. Traditional manufacturers face a classic innovator's dilemma. Their massive investments in existing production lines, supplier contracts, and dealership networks make it difficult to pivot quickly towards Slate's disruptive model. Dismissing Slate outright risks conceding the market. Attacking it openly would validate its threat. Instead, insiders report a two-pronged approach: cautious public ignoring paired with aggressive internal strategizing. Rumors swirl about accelerated development of more affordable EVs, leaner manufacturing techniques, and possible partnerships with technology companies to regain lost ground. Dealerships, a major profit center for automakers, are also threatened by Slate's direct-to-consumer sales. Slate's model bypasses traditional sales channels, depriving dealerships of lucrative financing, servicing, and parts revenue. This undermines the entire dealer ecosystem, forcing dealers to consider new business models or risk obsolescence. Automotive suppliers feel the pressure too. Slate's integration with Amazon allows the startup to negotiate better prices and reduce component complexity, squeezing margins of Tier 1 suppliers. Tesla, Ford, and GM have yet to make direct comments on Slate Auto, but are rumored to be closely monitoring its progress. Tesla, known for aggressive innovation, might view Slate as a challenge to its luxury-first EV strategy. Industry analysts speculate that Slate's emergence could ignite a price war in the electric truck segment, forcing automakers to either drastically cut costs or lose market share. Will legacy automakers adapt and fight back, or is Slate Auto the first spark of a new era that will reshape the automotive landscape forever? Beyond the Slate Truck. Slate Auto's vision extends far beyond just one affordable electric truck. The company is pioneering a new way of thinking about vehicles as platforms rather than disposable products. The Slate Truck's modular architecture means that owners can continually upgrade and customize their vehicles to suit evolving needs, blurring the line between product and service. This could inspire a new vehicle ownership model, where customers retain vehicles longer but keep them technologically current and personalized. Amazon's logistical capabilities enable rapid delivery of parts and accessories, mobile service visits, and over-the-air software updates that add new features rather than merely patching bugs. This creates a dynamic ecosystem where vehicles grow in value and capability over time. Such a model challenges the traditional auto industry's dependency on annual model refreshes and planned obsolescence to drive new car sales. Amazon's backed Slate Truck is more than a vehicle. It's a bold challenge to decades of overpriced, overcomplicated cars. Are you ready to join the revolution? Comment below and check out our other videos for more automotive insights.